Welcome to Heat Check, powered by Defunct.com. These are the highest selling vintage t-shirts over the last 2 weeks on eBay. Let's take a look. At number 10, we have the Showa Knife tee, designed by Tanis Root, size XL. They had it listed for $5,000, but this one looks like it's really, really clean, to be completely honest. Let's take a look a little closer. Yeah, Tanis Root, nice. It's on that Stedman Super High Crew tag, size XL. That's always great. Here's the back side, super dope. We've seen some Showa Knife t-shirts on here in the past. They've always sold really well. We've got a good, let's see, it looks like maybe can we even get that close? Yeah, it looks like a size pretty close between 22 and 23. That's really nice. Yeah, good size. Looks like good color. Great. Looks like, do they have any? It doesn't say if there's any flaws, but there does not look like. It says has significantly visible imperfections. Where are they then? If they're significantly visible, they don't actually show any of the significantly visible defects. And there's some yellowing maybe. Either way, it's a rare t-shirt, so it's not always going to be perfect. People are still going to pay a lot for it, and a lot for it they did. Socks Freedom Vintage sold this t-shirt for $1,500, and get ready to hear that number quite a bit. At number 9, we have the Mask. The Mask is back. That's right. We haven't seen a Mask tee in quite some time. This one is one of the more valuable and rare ones out of all of the ones. There was a season where Mask t-shirts were going for tons and tons of money a few years back, from zero to hero on the Stanley DeSantis. These are certainly one of the more rare and valuable Stanley DeSantis t-shirts out there. Got a little bit of a bleach stain, unfortunate, but that's really not that bad at all. Let's see what the size looks like. It's right between 22 and 23. Perfect XL. Let's see, bring it back up. Anyway, so you have the AOP all up in the front and the back, just the back hit. So definitely a cool one. We've seen it before, and we've seen some other masks. I think there was a Heat Check a few years back where there was like 3 or 4 Mask t-shirts. But it's good to see these guys come back around, and this one sold for, you guessed it, $1,500. Next up, we have the Heat Miser Vintage Dead Air Frontier Records t-shirt. Elliott Smith Association. I don't know almost anything, probably nothing about Heat Miser. So if you do, drop some knowledge in the comments, educate us all. But it's a cool t-shirt. This like lion head design thing, dog head, whatever it is, seems really familiar. But cool t-shirt. Looks like it's definitely got some paint stains. So my guess is that this must be particularly rare. That's a lot of paint stains. Somebody did a lot of painting in this. That was so funny. The t-shirts that you wore and you painted in and you didn't realize could be worth a bunch of money. I had a similar story where I had a Dystopia t-shirt that I used to wear when I used to ride freight trains and hitchhike and stuff, and wore the heck out of it, and come to find out now it sells for like $200, $300, $400, $500. So pretty crazy. Yeah, I wore that thing out till literally it dissolved. But this one also sold for $1,500. Next up, we have the Deftones Around the Fur, but this one's a parking lot bootleg. Definitely has bootleg vibes for sure. We have not seen a parking lot bootleg of a Deftones tee make this list, so this is a pretty rare t-shirt, all things considered. So obviously probably more rare than the original. So that's pretty cool. And I like how they have that really furry looking backdrop here. This one we have not seen before, but we've seen similar designs, obviously the licensed versions. But this design, surprisingly, I think this should have gone for more, to be completely honest. All things considered, with the price of Deftones tees in general being so high. I'm kind of surprised this didn't go for more, but 24 bids later, this one sold for a shocking $1,500. If you want to increase your chances of ending up on this list, we recommend checking out Defunct.com's authentication, grading, and consignment services. Check out Defunct.com for more details. Then we have the Wu-Tang Clan Woo World t-shirt. This one we have seen before, at least a version of it. I don't know if we've seen this exact specific version, but Always cool to see these Wu-Tang t-shirts. They're always super dope. Love the designs. This one looks pretty fresh. Let's see. Don't see any, just a little bit of a stain or discoloration, a couple little pinholes. Nothing that you can't live with to own one of these things. And yeah, there's looks like not a lot more information about it, but super dope t-shirt. And you will never guess. Like, this will shock you and, you know, surprise you. But this one also sold for $1,500. All right, with the Sade Summer Deluxe Tour tee next. This one says local crew. I don't think so. This is a t-shirt we've seen plenty of times. There's the giant tag. I think that's legit. Look a little closer at it. It does look a little bit too fresh, to be completely honest. It looks dead stock. So that's a little sus. But yeah, I mean, it's a Sade t-shirt, and it's definitely a valuable one. So we're going to go with it on this one. I'm going to be honest. This one also sold for $1,500. I know. This is getting a little ridiculous, isn't it? That's what I felt like when I was putting this all together. But $1,500 is a very, very popular number. Next up, a t-shirt that we have not seen on the list before, or at least not in any recent memory. We have the 1980s Boy Seditionaries Anarchist Punk t-shirts. I don't really know much about Seditionaries. I'm not sure this is Seditionaries. I could be wrong. There's a whole subgenre of t-shirts, but this is by the brand Boy, and it's certainly possible that maybe it's just Seditionaries like. So that's my guess. But we have Boy, and here it is right here. Some super crazy punk t-shirts that were also, you know, simultaneously worn by the Sex Pistols. So really cool t-shirt, really rare. This is our friend Punk Revival. We have not seen him make the list in a while. He used to be a regular occurrence, so pretty awesome. Now it's funny, it does say no hole, no stain, when there's clearly holes there, but those are holes by design, so that's all you got to know. So obviously super cool and rare t-shirt right here. Punk Revival, a very well-known seller, trustworthy seller down in Malaysia. So super cool t-shirt. Congratulations. Another one that sold for $1,500. I promise you it will come to an end soon enough. And come to an end it does. Here we go with the Jesus Lizard at number 3. We have the long sleeve. This one's cool. Love the design. The Nope Wolfheart t-shirt. Love this little classic cartoon design. And it's a, this is a t-shirt you just don't find a lot. The Jesus Lizard, obviously. Size large. Rare t-shirt indeed. But this one, we get away from the $1,500, and it actually sold for $1,599.60. Then we have the vintage Tupac Machiavelli RIP tribute t-shirts. Yeah, look at this one. This is super sick. We have not seen this one. The Don Illuminati Tupac RIP. Super cool t-shirt. Looks like it's in absolutely beautiful condition. I mean, it's black and it can be hard to tell. Maybe they're showing us something here, but the contrast is not significant enough for us to discern it. But it looks all in all really good. It's a double XL. I wonder if they give us the measurements for the double XL. So pit to pit 24, collar to bottom 27 inches. So pretty big. See, tagged XL says fits true to size. Great t-shirt. Looks like it's in impeccable condition. Absolute stunner on this one. We have not seen a Machiavelli tee, and we have not really even seen a Tupac tee. I can't remember the last time we saw a true Tupac tee. It's been a while. So cool to see one up here high on the list. This one sold for $16.95. Then at number 1 this week, we have a Marvel tee. This one's an interesting one. We have not seen a lot of Marvel tees as of late. We used to see, half of a heat check as a Marvel tee. But this one is a pretty rare design. Not one of the crazy all-over print ones, but size XL on the Fruit of the Loom. Marvel Comics. The final Marvel Comics presents right there. This is really cool. All the masks coming off, everyone melting, face melting. At least some of us are here. Super cool t-shirt. This one had 35 bids. So clearly some significant demand. They do not ship out of the United States. This guy, very emphatic about that. I've been burned on that too, but sometimes those are your best buyers. So 35 bids later, this one sold for $2,375 for the #1 spot on this week's Heat Check.